I got to the office very, very early this morning, and I've been reading about the route for the Tour de France for 2022, which was announced overnight in Paris. Woo! Exciting times, you know. But yesterday afternoon I got a call from a friend in cycling who asked, have you heard about Tommo? And I hadn't, but now I have. Mike Tomalaris is the person we know as Tommo. If you watch cycling in Australia, you know Tommo. I know Tommo. I've known him a long, long time. You don't want to know the name. Actually, I've known him 30 years, there you go. And we've sort of grown up in cycling together, and he has been the face of cycling in Australia for quite a while. And now he won't be doing that any longer, and I don't know why, and no one will tell me why. Other than that, he won't be at the network anymore, that is confirmed. But then I did send some messages to Mike himself just to make sure that he was okay. That's my primary concern, because this seems to me like a dramatic development. And it certainly seems odd that they aren't explaining the reasoning behind it, or the fact that he won't be given a chance to sort of farewell the network. He's just apparently left the building and that'll be it. He's exited SBS. Like that. So I'm just now, I'm suited up quite clearly, I'm going to go for a bike ride. But I just sort of wanted to explain what's been a strange couple of hours. And it's now Friday morning, 15th of October. The sun is shining in my town and I'm allowed to ride outside, so I'm going to do that. It's a little bit later than I wanted to go, but I've been trying to absorb the news.
There's a bit of a fog settling in over Australian cycling at the moment. Fog. There's certainly a cloud of doubt, a cloud of quandary, a cloud of what the hell's going on. And that relates to Mike Tomalaris. He's been part of the sport and the way that we watch it for a long time, and now it's not going to happen anymore. He's gone from SBS. So, bless you, Tommo, like, you did a lot for cycling, and one day I'm sure you'll be able to tell your story. I know from exchanges we did last night on text, you're not terribly happy, but my thoughts are with you. Okay, I know what you did, and we've got some stories, and you know that, but we'll share that for a time when I'm not about to jump off a gutter. You recognise that one? That's the quiet surrounds of Daceyville. Anyway, back to Tommo, right? Far out. I'll tell you a little story. This is one that really springs to mind when I think about Mike. I've got many, but this one stands out, so I'll do it while there's no traffic. I've got a quiet stretch of road and it's fresh in my head. Early on a Friday morning, the day after I heard he has exited SBS. So, settle in. We're in Morzine. What was the year? We're in Morzine. I know that much. Maybe stage 9, 2003, something like that, of the Tour de France. And I was doing the Depeche, the news flash for latour.fr, the official website, as I did for 16 years. Anyway, it's not about me, it's about Tommo. So, well, this one's about me and Tommo. Laszlo Badrogi from Credit Agricole was in a break. I think there were 9 riders. Let's not get bogged down in detail. I think it was the day Richard Virenque won the stage. Let's not get bogged down in detail. And he took the yellow jersey. Anyway, and I was doing these news flashes and I had a list of the riders in the break. And I was talking about Laszlo Badrogi. And I wrote something, you know, here are the riders and their countries. So-and-so, so-and-so, Richard Virenque, France, Laszlo Badrogi, Hungary, da-da-da. Now, I typed about 10 to 12,000 words a day for those news flashes. I know. My fingers tell me that still to this day. Thank you, arthritis. And so sometimes I made a mistake, an error, because I did it quick. I have to be honest with myself and with you. I was fast. And I missed an A. I didn't type an A for Hungary. and instead I did hungry. And Tommo came bursting into my little capsule at the finish line, laughing at me, saying, "Oh, je femme, I'm so hungry," like this, carrying on. And I was like, by then there was a preem on a mountain stage or something, I'm gonna stop for this. And by then I'd sort of really needed to concentrate. And when Tommo was coming and having a playful taunt, it got real feral, real weird. And I slammed the door on him. I told him to get that out of my office, and I slammed the door on him. And then I got back to work, and I was really distracted. Anyway, after the stage, we confronted each other. I don't know if he approached me or the other way around. Anyway, it was on. Like, it was very close to fisticuffs. I was like, why do you have to interrupt people with a smart ass comment? And he was like, dude, I was just having fun. And either way, it just went and the tension escalated and then just continued to escalate until German television saw what was going on. They came over, they started filming, and there was just this screaming match between Tommo and I about Hungary or Hungary and Let's Leber Drogi. And there was absolutely nothing more to it. We laugh about it now, it happened. We can't undo it. But my God, I still remember that. Anyway, I just needed to sort of get all of that telling out in one sequence so that you understand, and then I might tell you more about Tommo one day. So Tommo, far out. Oh, I don't think I'm going to talk about it because it's just too unknown at the moment. I don't know what the go is. Anyway, just the point of the Morzine story and our argument about Let's Leber Drogi. I'm not exaggerating when I say it was a scene, because apparently it made it to German news, because a friend of mine who was in Germany called me and said, "I just saw you on the news arguing with a guy. What was that all about? Are you okay?" And I was like, "Ooh, was it that bad?" And he said, "Oh no, they just did it as a like side story. You know, life on the Tour de France, check this out." And anyway, two Aussies who actually really, you know, have been mates for years, screaming at each other about an A that was missing from a word. It's true. Anyway, that's enough about that, isn't it? I've got to tell you another funny story about today's ride, because I'm pretty chatty evidently. This was really weird, but for the first 12 and a half kilometres, actually it was 12.8 kilometres, I had only green lights. Never ever happened in my, well, it might have happened, but I certainly noticed it today. I just kept going, chum, 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 through them all. Usually they're red every time. So victory, hey, on a Friday morning. Boof.